Today I'm going on a long ride north to an event, a Harley Davidson event. Hopefully I'll get to test drive a Harley Davidson and compare the Meteor with the Harley Davidson. And today's Harley Davidson is going to be the Harley Davidson Nightster. Today's destination is Chiang Saen, one of the oldest towns in Thailand, dating back to the 7th century, and it is located right on the Mekong River, on the other side of which is Laos, and just further up is Myanmar. A perfect dry sunny day. I only arrived from UK 24 hours previous, which was very cold and wet, so this is very welcome, and the chance of a test drive of a Harley Davidson Nightster can't be turned down. Here we have the Mekong, or as they say in Thailand, the Mekong River. It looks like an ocean, but not as much as it used to. The level has dropped a lot ever since the Chinese built a dam upriver. So I've chosen the Nightster today because I feel it's a similar bike to the Meteor 650, and it is at a lower price point for a Harley Davidson. But the ride today was not what I was expecting. The Harley Davidson Nightster is a modern cruiser that blends traditional Harley styling with contemporary performance. It is powered by the Revolution Max 975T engine, which is a 975cc liquid-cooled V-twin that produces 90 horsepower and 70 foot-pounds of torque. This engine delivers strong performance across the range, and this makes the Nightster versatile for both city commuting and spirited riding on open roads. Very flat-footed, lower than my Enfield. Even though I've lowered my Enfield, it's still lower. So straight away, instant impressions are, I'm loving the raised handlebars compared to my Meteor, something I might have to do on my Meteor 650, but I'm not liking the mid foot pegs. I'm missing my forward foot pegs already. The bike feels lighter and more nimble, and definitely has more torque. You can feel that straight away also. And compared to the Super Meteor 650, the rear suspension copes very well and is quite comfortable. I don't think I've found a bike that's as uncomfortable as the Meteor 650 on the rear. And here we are, just about to ride through the old city defence walls. You can see them on the left and right here. And something else I really like here, which I might have to fit to my Meteor, is self-cancelling indicators. Let's see if the signals auto-cancel. I'm leaning to the left. As soon as the bike uprights after cornering, the signals cancel automatically. A really nice feature, and something I hope I can find for my Meteor 650, because I do experience problems with cancelling when turning right. And when it comes to cornering, the bike feels like it's got a really low centre of gravity, and the reason for that is the petrol tank is a fake, false petrol tank, and the tank is very near the mid-lower part of the bike. I'll try and show you this later. What's also really nice is, as in most Harleys these days, it's got a belt drive and it's so smooth, and this is one modification I'm pleased to have done on my Meteor 650. There are 3 ride modes, road, sport and rain, that adjust throttle response, engine braking ABS and traction control settings. This makes the bike broadly appealing to beginners as well as experts. You can have it as rain mode as a beginner without fear of spinning out. And another high-end feature is keyless ignition. You can just carry the keys in your pocket to start the bike just by pressing the button. So today's downside of the bike is same feeling as I had on the Kawasaki Vulcan. It's too clinical. I wouldn't have known I was driving a Harley Davidson. There is no thud 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 thud. There is no off-balanced V-twin. There's no Harley Davidson noise. And maybe this is why it's called the Nightster. You can drive it around town at night without waking people up because it's that quiet. Not at all what I was expecting today. However, if I try to forget for 1 second that I'm riding a Harley Davidson and I'm riding a different brand, then of course the ride is very good, very powerful, very responsive. It's a nice bike, a really nice bike. But like many manufacturers these days, Harley Davidson is being constrained for eco reasons, for pollution reasons. So I don't think Harley Davidsons will ever be the same again. Prices vary around the world, but what's pretty constant is the Nightster is twice the price of the Royal Enfield Meteor 650. Is it twice as good? Probably not, but it has got a lot of extra features, and these do cost money. And of course it's got nearly twice the torque and twice the power. And the other shocker about today is the fuel tank is nothing but an air filter, and the fuel tank is under the seat. Who would have known? So let's just quickly compare the specs. The horsepower of the Nightster is 90 horsepower compared to the Meteor 46 horsepower. The torque is 95 on the Nightster, 52 on the Meteor. The weight is less on the Nightster at 218 kilograms compared to the Meteor at 241 kilograms. Fuel tank capacity 11.7 litres on the Nightster, where it's 15.7 litres on the Meteor. Seat height feels and is a lot less than the Meteor, so the Nightster is 705 millimeters compared to the Meteor 740 millimeters, and fuel economy is the only thing the Meteor wins on at 61.15 miles per gallon compared to the Nightster at 52.4 miles per gallon. But of course it's a bigger CC engine, it's going to be less, isn't it? So did the Nightster scream at me to buy it like the Meteor did when I test rode it? Sadly not. But what did was this surprising Honda CT125 after a friend came to visit me this day. I was a little bit embarrassed him turning up at a Harley Davidson event on this bike, but what was really surprising is the two biggest badass Harley Davidson bikes there that day both confessed to owning the Honda CT125 because they found it easier getting around Chiang Mai city than on their Harley Davidsons with their panniers attached. Very surprising, but a very cool bike, and this is going to be next week's video, a review of the Honda CT125. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, it would be very much appreciated if you would like it, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to Teacher T, and I look forward to seeing you on this CT125 review next week. Until then, ride safe